sort of notion that Andy Dalton should be the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears come week one. And I don't want to overreact to one play, but I think what we saw at the end of the first half was exactly why Justin Fields needs to be the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears, because he gives them the best chance to win. He does things that Andy Dalton is not going to be able to do. Here's my thing. Obviously, it was against third stringers, and obviously, it's preseason. What do I care? Listen, that's not what this is all about. Obviously, there are some things like it might not have been the perfect play or whatever, but what we're seeing already out of Justin Fields is that he can extend plays. We saw that the offensive line did not look very good right there at the beginning of the game. Justin Fields is able to escape pressure and get out of the pocket and do everything he needs to do. And that touchdown pass was exactly why they drafted him, to go out there and make plays. In the modern version of the NFL, you have to be able to escape the pocket, escape the pressure, go out there, give your receivers a little bit more time to go out there and make plays. And that is exactly what Justin Fields does. And you know what the thing is? It's so disappointing as a Chicago Bears fan, because what have we been doing? We've been waiting our whole lives for somebody to come along to be that franchise quarterback. We thought it was going to be Jay Cutler, and he had some nice years. And really, when you look at our lifetime, or at least my lifetime as a Chicago Bears fan, the three best quarterbacks in my lifetime for the Chicago Bears: one, Jim McMahon; two, Jay Cutler; three, Walter Payton on the halfback option. Now that we have a guy who can play and can show that what he wants to do, and we're going to sit here and adhere to this thing like, well, we made Andy Dalton a promise. Fuck that. Who cares about that? I'm sorry. We can go back on a promise if it'll help win football games. Do you want to hurt the feelings of one guy or 52 guys? Because I'm pretty confident that everybody on that Bears team understands who the best quarterback on that roster is and who they want to play come week one. And obviously, Matt Nagy has kind of painted himself into a corner. It would have been better had Justin Fields not directed that touchdown drive, but he did. And there's no way that we can back down from it now. It's kind of like if we were, if you're a little kid, if you were a kid and you had been waiting your whole life for a bicycle, and then one Christmas morn, a bicycle shows up underneath the Christmas tree and you're excited. You're like, this is great. This is everything I've ever wanted. And then your parents are like, yeah, but you can't ride it until July. You'd be like, what the hell is going on? Why can't I go out there right now? Why can't I enjoy this thing that I've wanted for basically my whole life? Instead, we got to sit there and watch everybody else. The New York Jets, they get out there, they get their quarterback out running around doing his thing. The Jags are going to go with Trevor Lawrence. They even got rid of Gardner Minshew to make sure that Trevor Lawrence was going to go out there and play, and nobody was going to be looking over his shoulder. Now, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is the main thing that we want out of this season? Number one, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't want to win the Super Bowl or anything stupid like that. I would like to split with the Green Bay Packers, maybe. I don't give a damn if we make the playoffs, but then I kind of do. If we do actually want to make the playoffs, the best person to do it is Justin Fields. But I think just going out and establishing our quarterback is the best thing that we can do for our football team. Look at the Chargers going into this season. Justin Herbert, and I don't know about the third preseason game, but he didn't play the first two. I would love to be in a situation next season where we are so confident in Justin Fields that we don't even have to play him in the preseason. We could put him in that category with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and all these other guys. I would love to be in that spot. And I think that is the most important thing for this season. And I know Matt Nagy's trying to save his job. Ryan Pace is trying to save his job. If you go out there and Justin Fields has a rookie season similar to what Justin Herbert did last year, That is better for you and your long-term success in the NFL than going 9-8, getting into the playoffs, and then getting our ass kicked by the Packers in the first round. To me, it's all about developing the quarterback. What I've seen already, Justin Fields is ready to go. Is he a Super Bowl MVP quarterback? Let's be realistic. At the moment, maybe not. But I think that this season, and I don't want to lose or anything like that, but you cannot seriously tell me that Andy Dalton is that much better than Justin Fields. That touchdown before the end of the first half, is that a play that Andy Dalton makes? Ask yourself that. There is no excuse for it. And I don't give a if the Rams are a tough defense in week 1. We're going to play a ton of tough defenses. Well, you can't play them? We're not going to play them in week 3 against the Cleveland Browns. We got to play the Steelers. We got to play the Ravens. Guess what? The NFL is filled with difficult defenses. That's fine. We still need to go out there and play and do our thing and let our quarterback develop. It is inexcusable, downright negligent. And I am so pissed that Nagy was part of the team that had Patrick Mahomes sit the entire first year because he's enamored with that. Hey, it worked in the past. It worked in the past. It worked once with a generational talent. I'll tell you what, Patrick Mahomes probably would have been great his rookie season too. So I'm sick of it. You know what? And I am somebody, and like everybody knows this, like Berlissimo is in here leaving comments and everything. Like people know how I feel about Matt Nagy. I think I have been one of the most level-headed about Matt Nagy. I think I have been one of the champions of like, hey, let's give it a chance. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's not a bad idea to go with Andy Dalton. That shit's out the window. I'm so sorry. I cannot sit here and get ready for week 1 in Inglewood and watch Andy Dalton show up and we go 3 and out on our first 3 drives and we're wondering what the hell is going on. I think it's time to make the move. And I tried to be level-headed. I tried to be respectful. I tried to be mindful. And, you know, Justin Fields is doing the right thing, saying the right things, and I love him for it. Justin, you need to get pissed. You need to get pissed. And you need to go out there and demand that job. And the veterans on this team, I don't know if it needs to be some sort of shit like Rudy, where Allen Robinson is like, here's my jersey, coach. Let Justin Fields go into the game for me. Something needs to happen because I cannot stand it anymore. We're out of excuses. We're out of everything. Justin Fields must be the starting quarterback in week 1. God bless. See you guys. Bear down.